Hey, what's up guys, welcome to this video where I'm going to be showing you my top 5 cheap team of the group stage cards that you can use and you can get into your teams for very cheap and that will play super amazing. Now if you do enjoy this video, as always, hammer the hell out of that like button as that really does help me out and the channel. And if you are new, then hit the subscribe button too. And also if you have any questions on any of the players that I've used in this top 5, or maybe you think I've missed someone out, then comment below as I love reading what you guys have to say. So my first player in, and I'm going to start with my favourite out of the whole 5, this guy was phenomenal, and that is Kokorin. He was absolutely insane. Now obviously he is slightly more difficult to get into teams. You know, there's not too many amazing Russian sort of league players at the moment, but that league is growing and there are some good informed cards and some good special cards already, and there'll be more to come. So definitely a player maybe for the future you'll be able to use in a better team. But wow, what a card to start off with, because he's got great pace. Everyone loves pace and he is super fast. 89 acceleration, he feels lightning quick, and what I love about him is that he also has the dribbling, the ball control, and just the overall composure to take it, to use it well. He's also got 3-star skill moves, which is not terrible but not amazing, but he utilises it all well, which means he can go past people very easily. His dribbling ability is so good, and when combined with that pace, the way that he's so agile and moves in and out means that it's very easy to get himself in, and also the way that he makes great runs with his intelligent attack positioning means that it's very easy to create chances for Kokorin, either by himself or the others in the team. And once he does get those opportunities, he finishes. He is so good. His finishing and his shot power, as you can see in the attribute details now, are ridiculous. So good. Very clinical. 82 overall on his shooting, feels about right, but my god, can he score some great goals. And with the pace, the dribbling, and the fact that he's got decent passing, so the link-up play is also very good. It just means for a player that you can pick up for around sort of 11 to 15k, what an absolute bargain. Even if you just use this guy as a super sub, he is worth it. But if you can get him into a team, then definitely do so, because he's a very good player. Now we're going to move on to another striker, and someone who I really did enjoy, I must be honest. And that is, wait for it, there we go, Andre Silva. In a similar way to Kokorin, you know, 82 rated overall, 82 shooting with decent pace and decent dribbling. He's not quite as good, I'll be honest, but he is easier to use and easier to get into team because of his league and nation. So he's going to be a lot more appealing to a lot of people, and that is why his price is a little bit higher, although still very cheap, and you can pick him up for around sort of 15 to 16k very easily, if not a little bit less. And let me tell you, he is actually well worth doing that, because he'll score you some great goals. As you will see in some of these clips, he scored some absolute screamers, some just nice one-on-ones that you'd expect him to score. Overall, he's a very clinical striker that makes great runs, and when he does get himself in, proves very lethal in front of goal, especially in those one-on-one situations, but also from distance, because he's got decent shot power where he can get it past the goalkeeper with absolute ease. So we'll have a look at his attribute details now, and as you can see, that attack positioning, as I mentioned, very intelligent with his runs. 91 on the attack positioning is insane, and for me that makes up for the lack of pace, because the acceleration, as you can see, is not there. The sprint speed is, and once he gets going, he's actually pretty quick. So if he's got a bit of space to run into, he'll feel much quicker. But over that first 10 yards or so, he is a little bit sluggish. But luckily, he's got a decent bit of strength, and he feels a lot stronger than that 77 may suggest. But overall, a very good striker in front of goal, as you can see with that finishing and shot power, even when he is further out. He's got decent dribbling, good agility, good ball control, etc. So he can use the ball well, he can hold it himself, and he's got an okay range of passing for little neat passes here and there. But overall, a very solid striker that I would highly recommend. Now we're going to stay in the Calcio A, but we are going to go for a slightly different player in a way in terms of his position, and that is Rodriguez. Now, Rodriguez, 86 rating is always very good. You know, that means he is so useful for so many SBCs, because obviously he is a team of the group stage card, and obviously with Footmas coming up, if you are watching this around the time of release, Footmas is on the horizon. I'm sure there's going to be some requirements, and there probably will be later on too, that require a team of the group stage card, and to have one with such a high rating that you can pick up for very, very cheap, he's currently going for around sort of 30 to 35k, I think is a wise investment. Even if you don't use him in your team, which I would advise you to do, even if you are just holding on to him to use him later on in an SBC, or maybe to sell him, I think he's worth picking up, because yes, he's not the quickest, but what he does possess is some very, very good defence, really intelligent positioning, and very, very calm on the ball. He's got a great range of passing, so maybe play him as a left wing back in a system like that, where you can whip the balls in with him. He's great on free kicks, great on penalties, overall just a very solid player. Just have a quick look through the attribute details now, and apart from the lack of pace, which a lot of people do like, including myself, on their fullbacks, he's an incredible card, very, very good. If this card was in maybe a central midfield role, I mean, wow. With that 88 passing, the free kick accuracy that he has, the penalties, the shot power, the long shots, he would be an incredible centre mid in my opinion, because the pace would be perfect, and he has a lot of other good skills going on. So maybe you could use him as a super sub, maybe you just keep him for an investment card, but still worth picking up in my opinion, and still a pretty good left back overall that you can definitely use in your teams. We're going to stay in the Calcio A again now, and we're just going to go to special, and we're going to put our final one from the Calcio A, and that is Freuler, I think is how you say his name. I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, what a fantastic card this is. Very well rounded, lots of good stats, 76 pace, 74 shooting, nice deal of passing with 82 and 81 dribbling, so he's very confident and composed on the ball, decent defence and decent physicality at 70 and 74, so he's definitely an all-rounder, not necessarily a master of anything in particular, but a great central midfield card. If you are using a midfield 3 and want someone who can do a bit of everything, this is your man. He also proved very, very effective in front of goal for me. Scored some absolute crackers, very composed, very clinical in front of goal, and just a great all-round player that could pass it, move it, hold it himself, and also win the ball back for the team. As you will see in the attribute details, there's a lot to love here. You know, he's not great in the air, but other than that, pretty decent all around the pitch. You know, could be better in some areas, yes, but for a card that you can pick up for around sort of 11 to 12k, 81 rated card that's definitely going to be usable in your team and in SBCs, he is well worth going out and trying in my opinion. Now we move on to our final player, and we're going to put him in now, and it's actually one I packed, so I was pretty pleased with that, because even though again in that Russian league it is a little bit tougher to use him, Rigoni is I think how you say his name. This card is very, very good and very fun to use because of that pace and the dribbling. He's so agile, he's so easy to use on the wing, and then he also possesses some really good finishing and some very tidy passing, making him a top choice to use. Again, a very cheap card that you can pick up for sub 20k, probably more around the sort of 15 to 16k, and my god, what a player you are getting in return. Very clinical in front of goal, very easy, always making good runs, and obviously that pace and dribbling makes it so easy to go past people, whether you are in a more central role or whether you are out on the wing. This guy is an absolute god and well worth using. So we'll just go ahead and have a look at his attribute details now, and as you can see, 93 acceleration is very, very good. Over the first sort of 10 to 15 yards, no one is catching him. It does tail off a little bit, you know, his pace does fall down to 84 overall on the sprint speed, but he is still very, very fast. His attack positioning, his finishing are so good there at 81 apiece. Shot power and long shots not too shabby, but definitely worth using that amazing dribbling. As you can see, great agility, great ball control, and great dribbling to get himself that little bit closer to goal, and then you can take advantage of his higher finishing rather than shooting from distance. His free kick accuracy is also very good, so definitely worth having him on them, as well as corners, because his crossing is very, very pinpoint accurate. Overall, a great player to use that you can also use with Kokorin as well, so you can link those two together and utilise both amazing cards. I hope you enjoyed this top 5, guys. I had a real great time using these players. I thought they were absolutely fantastic. If you do enjoy the video, as always, please smash the hell out of that like button. Let me know if I missed anyone out or if you've used any of these cards as well in the comments below. And peace.